What is good, everyone? Welcome back to another trade recap. Today is Friday, March 27th, 2026. Today I'm going to be going over the two trades that I ended up taking, and today is payout day, baby. So let's go over what happened in the market, why I took the two trades that I took, and let's see what happened. So this is the winning trade that I ended up taking. I took one loss and one win, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's go and see what happened today in the market. Let's go ahead on NQ real quick and see what happened. So, coming into the morning, we had these really obvious 4-hour lows. Let me just go into replay mode real quick here. 9:45, 9:30. So we had these 4-hour internal lows right here that were really obvious. If we zoom out all the way and go to the left, we see that we are really close to these 4-hour internal lows. So I was targeting those. I wanted to see either if we could tap into this 1-hour gap up here and then take a continuation down to that 4-hour low, or if we were just going to tap into a 50-minute or a 5-minute gap. So what ended up happening was market opened, and we actually ended up just tapping into this 5-minute gap right here and making an SMT. Then market opened and we inversed all of these 5-minute gaps and had a 5-minute CISD right here. So what I was looking for was a open of another 5-minute gap here. If we could take a continuation, maybe open a 5-minute gap here, continue. And that's exactly what we did. We opened up this 5-minute gap here and we ended up tapping into it. After tapping into this 5-minute gap, I wanted to see a inverse down below. But then what happened? The next 5-minute candle ended up opening up. We swept out this 5-minute internal high right here. This was absolutely A+, to be honest, guys. But unfortunately, I did miss this trade. But it is what it is. So we open up this 5-minute here, and then we got instant displacement through this 2-minute gap right here. This 2-minute gap that we opened up. So we opened up this 2-minute gap. That's where I wanted to see my entry. Now, then what happened? Bang, it just runs without us. Now, I low-key could have gotten filled in at the CISD right here, but I didn't really like it because, where would my stop be? And it was just scuffed, bro. It was just scuffed. But this was absolutely A+, and full TP would have banged right there. Then what happened? Now, the two trades that I ended up taking come in right here. Now, we had this other 4-hour low down here. This white line was another 4-hour low right here. So if we were going to keep going down, this is what I was going to be targeting. But something I have been realizing about March is usually it's one setup either at 9:30, 9:45-ish. And that one setup plays out and the rest of the session is absolute chop. But other than that, I was still looking for a trade. So we ended up coming up, opening this 5-minute gap here. After we opened up this 5-minute gap, we were just straight chopping, bro. Like absolutely straight chopping. And boom, we finally tapped that 5-minute gap. Then what happens? We get a 1-minute inverse right here. After we get that 1-minute inverse right here, I go ahead and I set my stop, set my TP, and I enter the trade. And I instantly get stopped out, bro. Instantly get stopped out for a loss of $200. Boom, stopped out there. But then what happens? The same exact thing as this setup right here. The 5-minute candle closes. We come up and we sweep out that 5-minute internal high. Then what happens, bro? We open up a 4-minute inverse fair value gap. There we go. So we open up a 4-minute inverse fair value gap right here. And I re-enter. Also runs without us, but I re-enter on the retest of the 1-minute gap that I'll show you guys right here in a second. So yeah, we inverse this 4-minute, and this 1-minute gap, I ended up setting my limit at this 1-minute gap. Stops at the high right here, targeting that low, and my break even was this low right here. Honestly, not bad mechanical wise, but conditions wise, not that good of a trade, but thank God it played out. So boom, I get filled in right there, and then I set my stops to break even. And right when we come down and take this low right here, first of all, it was really choppy, bro. Like, look at this. Let me just play it out. Just chop, 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 chop. Right when we take out this low, I trailed my stop to this high right here. I think it was around, I caught a 1 to 4 point something, 1 to 1.4. Yeah, it was like right here. So yeah, right when we down here, right when we came down here, I trailed my stop like somewhere around here, just so I can secure that payout, because it was absolutely tweaking, bro. It was absolutely tweaking. Actually, what's right here? Yo, calm down, G. Calm down. Yeah, it was actually down here, bro. Yeah, I ended up trailing my stop to this high right here. Right here. And I ended up getting stopped out somewhere around here. I'm not too sure, but I did upload the trade recap on TikTok, the live trade on TikTok, so you guys will see it there. And thank God I trailed my stop, because Nasdaq has been tweaking and I would have been break even there, and then I would have eventually gotten stopped out right here. So yeah, that was the 2 trades I ended up taking. I am up $1,200 on the account. But on Lucid, I think you can only request up to 50% of your account balance. So that means it is a $600 payout. And here is the payout screen. If you guys do not believe me, as you guys can see, eligible for payout, which is calculated at the end of the day, up 1.2K. Yes, sir. Let's run it, baby. Not much, but honestly, really good for my first payout. Now I know that this shit is real. When I follow my rules, I'm going to get rewarded for it. But yeah, moving forward, I'm going to try and see how many accounts I'm going to buy, like what I'm going to do with this payout exactly. All of this payout is getting reinvested into camera equipment and more accounts. I'm still trying to figure out what the best way to do that is. But yeah, thank God, praise to the Lord, bro. Like, this could not happen without God, without praying to God, and without following my rules. Patience pays. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications to get notified every time I upload a video. Make sure you go ahead and follow my socials, link in description down below, because I'll be following heat. I'll be dropping heat on TikTok and Instagram. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.